After the retirement of the Lindquists in 1967, there have been a number of pastors who have served with great distinction and excellence over shorter periods of time. Cyril and Ruth Homer became the fourth pastors of the TAB in 1968 and served for 1 year before accepting the position as the president of North Central Bible College. Following the Homers, the Wilkersons became the fifth pastors in January of 1970. They resigned in January of 1973, accepting a call from a church in California. In May of that same year, Paul and Dorothy Sundell became the sixth to serve as the pastors of the TAB, after serving as missionaries in Brussels, Belgium from 1964 to 1970. Under the leadership of the Sundells, a decision was made to remain on 13th and Lake Street and reach the community that was changing around them. In 1977, under the capable leadership of the Sundells, the new sanctuary was dedicated and adorned with a new grand piano and organ. During their time at the TAB, the Sunday morning services were telecast on cable TV in the South Minneapolis area. The Sundells, who possess missionary hearts, reminded us that the mission of the church is missions. After 12 years of exemplary service at the TAB, the Sundells accepted a call to assist in the mission field in France for 1 year before accepting the call to pastor in St. Clair Shores, Michigan. In March of 1983, Fred and Lynn Chilton came from Iowa to become the seventh pastors. In April of that same year, Minneapolis Gospel Tabernacle officially changed its name to Christ Church. The Chiltons resigned in August of 1989, and Frank J. Lindquist, who had served the TAB faithfully for 43 years, passed away and was eulogized at a large ceremony held at North Central Bible College. Charles and Ruth Anderson followed the Chiltons in 1990, becoming the eighth pastor of the TAB, now Christ Church. In May of 1991, we celebrated 70 years of existence on the corner of 13th Avenue and Lake Street. In 2000, Pastor Sean and Lisa Parker, the lead pastors of Northeast Assembly of God, and Walt McFadden, an associate pastor at Christ Church, entered into discussions with their board's support about the possibility of a merger of the two congregations. That merger was agreed upon by both churches and the boards and was sanctioned by the Minnesota District Council. In 2001, Sean Parker became the ninth senior pastor and Walt McFadden became the executive pastor. The merger of the two congregations brought about immediate growth, but was not without its own set of difficulties. In 2002, Pastors Daryl and Edna Geddes were installed as the 10th pastors of Christ Church International by Superintendent Clarence St. John in the month of July after receiving the only 100% vote in the history of the church. The Geddeses accepted the call after spending 9 years as assistant professors at North Central University and a brief stint as the executive directors of the Urban Leadership Academy. They gave leadership to the church during the difficult days following the resignation of the previous pastoral team, shoring up the church and providing renewed vision and direction. They also led during the tumultuous times of the 2020 COVID pandemic and during the social unrest following the George Floyd incident. Today, they are happy to say that as we celebrate the goodness of God over 19 years of ministry, we have, with the congregation's help, retired our outstanding mortgage debt, positioning the church strategically to lead the charge into the next 100 years.